No, of course not. Hey guys, today is day 75. So let's see what today holds for us in our prompt polling. Use paint markers. All right, let's put this here for color for the moment. I want my background to be very pale, so I'm going to take a blue, which is Craft Smart Island Blue, and some white, just some regular white paint. And I'm going to put down some blue and mix a little bit of white in, and then spread it around with my key card. So let me put some color down here so this won't blur. And then let's put some white down. And I can move this now, I think. And I'm just gonna start spreading it around. Well, yesterday was when I started this. It is now not yesterday, which means it is today. What happened was my camera got full and it stopped recording, and then I had to go downstairs and start removing all the video off my camera from the past few days of filming, which was like 200 and something clips. I think where we left off was when I told you I was going to put a background on this page using blue and white, and I'm pretty sure that filmed. If not, that's what I did. I just took a card, mixed some blue and white, and just spread it all over the page, and I did not even cover the full page. So what I have now is some mark making tools out of my mark making toolbox, and I pulled out some circles. These are just lids to different things, some of these anyway. And this is just a tape dispenser that's empty, and washi tape dispenser, and I don't even know what this is for. And then this is the top of a raisin canister, and this is the top of something else, I don't know what. And I pulled out my painter's paint markers, and I pulled out this lime green, and it's like neon green and neon yellow. And I got them primed and ready to go, but I haven't used them in so long. The nib is very dry, so the paint's coming out around the nib, and it's making marks, but it's not riding through the nib at this point. We're just going to work with it. So that's pretty much what I've gotten from it. I want to take these two shapes here, and I'm going to take one color and start with this one here. Let's do this one. And I'm just going to trace around this on the page in various places. And it's just because I want to, not because I've got a plan. It's just because I feel like it. And I'm going to use a painter pen like the prompt said. So that's the plan. Use the painter pen. That's the only plan I have. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to change the direction, and I'll probably overlap some of them. Like this one, I'll just put here like this. So the other thing I'm going to use now is my larger circle. And I'm going to put that kind of right there in the center. And I want to use my smaller circles, these two here. And I put one off to the side and one off to the side. So actually that's a little big. Maybe I want, maybe that's what we want. I don't know, but we're going to start with this big one here. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around so it's closer to me. Set it where I want it. And I'm going to take one of my markers, and these are the Jumbo Office Max markers, and they're permanent, the same as these are permanent that I just used. And let's see if we can get it to start without any problems. Okay, it's going as good as it's going to. I probably shouldn't use blue. I should probably use another color, but I just want to use this color, so we're going to do it. Because the nib is rather wide, I'm going to try to trace up and down this way, like this, instead of like that. Okay, let's see what it looks like. It's much larger than the lid because the nib is so large, and I kind of figured it would be that way. Ooh, that's pretty. That's so pretty. I love it. Okay, and I want it this direction, so let's just look at it that way for a second. And let's go to the next lid. And actually, because they turn out so big, it's probably okay to use these two now. Maybe this one over here, this one over here, instead of this guy, unless we use him half on and half off. That might be good. And then that. Maybe we'll do that. Oh, look, splatters. Isn't that lovely? Oh, well. that's okay. It'll work out just fine. In fact, can we get some more splatters here? No, of course not. I want to add stems because I just see flowers and everything, so I want to use this green here, and I want a thick stem. This is a chopstick, and so what I thought I'd do is put it down where I want my stem and then move it over one side or the other so that it's offset, and then I can take my pen and I can go down and make my stem. And it's okay if the stem's not directly centered. I'm not really aiming for center, I just want it close. Let's start with this one over here. Okay, so there's my stems. Now I want some leaves. Let's see what we can get for leaves. Do we want circles? I don't know. Let me look in my box. Okay, we're gonna try something crazy and see if it works. I don't know if it'll work, but I've got a spoon here, plastic spoon. It may not work being traced around with such a large nib, but we're gonna try. It's kind of cool. It's not your typical leaf, that's for sure. We're going to keep using these markers, and we're going to paint in our flower with the markers. Well, I don't know. We're in that stage where we just don't know. This guy here, poor little thing, he just doesn't make the cut. This one does. This one's okay. Love that one the most. Kind of wish I'd done all of them like that. Probably still could, but I'm not gonna. So I'm thinking of taking this gold color. It's Deco Art, it's acrylic paint, and just making the little marks around here and then painting in there. I think what I want to do now is I want to bring in some black. Got my Permapaque marker. This is a opaque pigment marker. It's not a paint marker, but I'm going to use it anyway. And there's two ends to it. One's smaller and one is larger. I'm going to use the smaller one. I'm going to take my white poster paint pen by Sharpie, and I'm going to write in my flowers and see if I like it. If I don't, I'll paint over it. Here's what I decided off camera. I didn't want to fill it in with the paint marker anymore, so I'm taking the Sea Breeze color that I love. I tried another color and didn't like it, and I'm just painting in the leaves, but I'm not getting everything. I'm not covering all the yellow and all the other green. I just wanted to fill this in. So that is better to me, but it's not perfect. So we got to do something else. Okay, I'm going to try this. I've got some Master's Touch olive green, and I'm just going to kind of roughly draw in or paint in these leaves over the color I just did. All right, I like that better. All right, I want some circles on here. Not that I don't have enough already. I've got these two little circle shapes. I love the black dots, have to say. Love it, love it. I would want to use one more color. I've been looking at this orange little guy over here thinking he was so left out because he's the only big one I didn't use. that I pulled out of my drawer. I'm going to take my Mean Streak. This is by Sharpie. It's a permanent marking stick. You can get it at the office supply store. And I'm going to go over my little orange lines here with it to tone the orange down, because I didn't want it that dark. When I tested it on my tag, it wasn't that dark, and I liked it. But when I put it on here, it was darker, so I don't love it as much now that it's dried. Sorry, orange. But once I do this, it lightens it up, tones it down, and I like it much, much better. Now that I'm happier there, we're done with that. I think I'm going to forego this guy because we don't really need any more marks on there, but I am going to do some black splatters because I think it'd be fun. And I'm going to take my black paint and I'm going to put some out on my mat. I'm going to wet my paint down a little bit, get it a little bit juicier, and I'm going to use a toothbrush to try to get my splatters on. Let's see if I can get it to do what I want it to do. Ah, yeah. That's probably good enough. So that means we gotta do a little more. A little bit more in that center, there we go. Okay, let me clean my thumb and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I actually was tempted to take my pencil and do some marks on here. We're gonna call this done. I think we've played with our markers plenty enough. We used paint markers and created another page that it can either be cut into sections or folded and used as a journal cover or cut in half or, you know, whatever we wanna do. I think it'd be cute cut in half or used as a book cover. All right, guys, I will see you for day number 76. I hope you have a great whatever it is. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.